Welcome back, everybody, to my watch along for the 2025 Formula One Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We've got practice one today. Let's talk about everything that is happening coming in to the weekend. If you're new to my watch alongs, this is how it works. You got my face here, you got the live timings here, you got the session timer down in the bottom left that you can sync on up with, and you got lovely Twitch chat that you can type in. Yeah, if you're over on the TikTok stream or the YouTube stream, feel free to come over to Twitch. That's the place to be. Otherwise, stick around where you are. Yeah, let's get on into the watch along. We were just before we went live for the watch along, we've been talking about a bunch of different things on the Twitch channel. So I need to catch up on chat, so let's do that in a second. Real quick, I'm signed out of my F1 TV account, so let me just log in. Let me get in, watch live. We are good, we are good, we are good. All right, Jeddah, one of my favorite tracks on the calendar. I absolutely love it. It's a modern classic in my opinion. By classic, I mean there's been so many great moments. I think qualifying is amazing here. And I think it just suits Formula One tracks so well. So I'm really excited for this weekend. So let's get into it. Let me see what I missed in chat. We all good to go? Yep. Okay, let's wait for the timer to come on up. Current championship standings, Norris at the top, Piastri 3 points behind, then Verstappen and Russell right there. It's going to be such an interesting championship. Guys, get your channel point predictions in over on Twitch. Who will finish first in practice one? Go. All right, we'll just wait for the timer to come up. Because he did get Rookie of the Year. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Still using the old intro, but they haven't released the new intro. I could, to be fair, screen record it, but I'm just going to keep it as it is, to be honest. It is what it is. Can you answer my DMs? I'll take a look after the stream, Bob Price, but I don't, depending on what it is, I probably may or may not reply. I don't really reply to DMs unless it's... Anyways, I'll have a look after the stream. How's it going, Levi? Over the stream, dude. First watch from Ponden and shower. Let's go. Well, welcome in, Kai. Manabro said about 30 minutes ago on Sky Sports News, he thinks there is an outside chance Max will go to Mercedes for next season. I feel like that's the big rumor in the paddock at the moment is if Max's exit clause can be activated for Red Bull, he might go to Mercedes because the Mercedes engines are looking the best. Honestly, I'll be honest. I think Max going to Mercedes will be a bigger shock than Lewis going to Ferrari. I think for two reasons.
Liam Lawson to be P20 in qualifying.
Okay, dude. Okay, thank you for the 3-month resub, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate supporting the stream. Coming in with that tier 1. Oh, that's not a nice TTS, man. Levi, thank you for the follow as well. Anyways, I personally think if Max goes to Mercedes, it will be a bigger shock than Lewis going to Ferrari. I'll tell you why, right? Obviously, Lewis won all those championships for Merc and was seen as a Merc driver. But so was Max. Max has spent his whole career at Red Bull. Unlike Lewis, who was at McLaren at the start, Max has spent his whole career at Red Bull, right? Max has also won 4 championships for Red Bull. Whoa, a lot of smoke coming out the back of that Aston. What was I saying? I think the difference is, though, Lewis leaving to Ferrari was a shock because no one really knew it was coming. But it wasn't. It was expected in the sense of Lewis has said he wanted to be at Ferrari. Lewis said he wanted to be at Ferrari. Wait, let me get the timer up. Lewis always spoke about how he'd love to drive for Ferrari one day. Blah 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 blah. So it wasn't unexpected in that sense. And Ferrari's Ferrari, right? Whereas Max going to Mercedes is very different. Very different because. First off, Red Bull and Mercedes are direct rivals, right? I don't think anyone goes, oh, it's my dream to drive for Mercedes one day. You know, I want to drive, like a driver like Max wouldn't be like, oh, I want to drive for Mercedes before I end my career. So him going to Merc, I think will be a bigger shock than Lewis. I think Lewis's will be a shock in the sense of how it played, the timing of it. But I don't think it's shocking that he wanted to go to Ferrari. Max choosing to go to Mercedes, like their rival, will be fucking wild, dude. It will be fucking wild. I feel bad for Russell with all these rumors. Yeah, exactly. I personally think Mercedes shouldn't go for Max. I think it's a death wish. I think you have to tailor the car around him. I think after 2 years, Max would probably end up leaving the sport. And those fans that have come for Max won't stay at Mercedes. Whereas if you keep building around Russell, you keep building around Rand, and now you can build up a really solid brand. I know it's not all about I know it's not all about brand, but you know, it plays a big part in it. Max should never go to Mercedes because of 2021. I mean, should's not the right word. I wouldn't expect him to go to Mercedes, but if it's a better car, then why not? Now, Max asked if that money was leaked. Yeah, so if you don't know, there's also another rumor going around that Saudi Arabia want to enter into Formula One. They want to own a team, and it looks like they're trying to eye up to buy Aston Martin. Now, does that mean they'll buy Aston Martin and it'll be called Saudi Arabia F1 team or Aramco F1 team? Or will they buy the team and will they operate it like Sauber, where it's Sauber owned or Saudi Arabian owned, but then they allow the title sponsor to be bought out by, say, Aston Martin. So that way it's Saudi Arabian owned team. They get the profits. They own the team. They can sell the rights and stuff like that. But then Aston Martin's still the title sponsor. I think that would make sense. I think that would make sense. I think that would be the best. That would be happy days for Lawrence. Lawrence gets his money back on his investment into the team, but he still gets to be the title sponsor of the team, and he still gets a son in the sport. And Saudi Arabia get a solid team. You know, it's not a back market team. They don't have to start from scratch. So, yeah, I think it's pretty solid. I think it would be pretty solid. All right, let me go through chat and read all the stuff I missed while we were watching the interviews before the stream started. Before practice started. Sup T-Mac. It's weird, but I'm proud to watch drivers I've supported since F3 Dubai. Yeah, that's exactly why F3 and F2 is, exist. And it's so good to watch because you get to watch a driver and like, oh, now they're in F1. Like, that's how I feel with Liam Lawson, you know, watching him in F3, watching him in F2, interviewing him in F2, and then seeing him on the sidelines for multiple years in F1. Now he's in F1, and it just feels, you know, it feels so much support. Ocon has never beaten in quali or the race by his teammate here. Yeah, Ocon always does pretty well at Saudi. Russell has to do something great at this point to keep in the World Driver Championship fight. Russell's already doing stuff great. He's staying on the verge. He's maximizing his car when his car when was the last time you've seen Russell and gone, he kind of undelivered today? It's been so long. I think Russell's absolutely smashing it, and he's doing exactly what he needs to do. Do you play F124? No, but we'll be playing F125 when it comes out. Look, if Lewis doesn't get P7 or higher, then Ollie will have a better Saudi finish in a Ferrari. Oh, true. That's only true if one of Yuki's problems is maxing at Red Bull. It's a fine line between being confident and about oneself's ability, but then sometimes you just you can say too much intensity. Exactly. Sup, oldie master. Unfortunately, I cannot show the broadcast. It's copyright. We'll be showing the broadcast for F1 Academy later, though, because it is free to watch. Try to slowly catch up on chat. Okay, read that. Read that. Hamilton get P1, you reckon? What's up, Levi? Have the Max to Aston talks fallen out? Nope. They're still very high. The walls are close. Wonder which one of the rookies if the rookies will keep it clean. Yeah, I think there'll be some carnage this weekend. Then again, like, you know, reliability's good here. You know, it's just if someone pushes too far. All these drivers know what they're doing, man. All these drivers know what they're doing.
We're back.
I don't know why, man. I love the sound of like Arabic music. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I wouldn't like put it in my fucking Spotify playlist and jam out to it, but you know what I mean? It's just like a vibe. It's just like a vibe. Oh, guys, he's locking up there. Max has said he wants to do enduro stuff. Yeah, exactly. They should keep the focus on Kimi for the future for now. Yeah, I agree. Max versus New would be a great team. Yeah, I think Max going to Aston would make more sense than Max going to Mercedes. I think for both parties personally. But then again, I understand Merc will have a banging engine in 2026. George Russell rounds the final corner to win the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix and takes the championship lead from Lando Norris. Charles Leclerc comes in second and Max Verstappen after taking out the two McLarens finishes third. Is that the prediction, good jokes? Is that prediction? How's it going, dude? Mr. Saturday, Mr. Consistent. Yo, Shiana! Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. I was just literally just thinking about you, not in a weird way. I was just thinking about, I was like, oh, Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. I wonder if Shiana will be at the track or if she'll tune in. But yeah, thank you so much for supporting the stream for 25 months. Appreciate you coming in with the prime. I remember I asked you this last year, and I think you said you live in a different city. How come you don't go to how come you don't go to the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix? Yeah, thank you so much for supporting the stream, as always, Sean. I really do appreciate it. Oscar's goating it lately. Oh, absolutely. What's up, DZ? Yo, Rubus! As always. Oh. Oh, no. Piastri, no drink last week. Now he's got his helmet linking. Yo, Rubus, thank you for the gifted sub as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it always. At least once a week coming in with the gifted subs. Really do appreciate it, Rubus. Thank you as always. Over to last Lester as well. Nice, nice. Good to see you, Ponden. Good to see you as well, Rubus. Must be the water. Hamilton stinks in Jeddah, so don't expect much. Yeah, true, true. Well, he was good in 2021, obviously. Sup, football F1, New York Red Bull. What's that emo? Is that meant to be you don't like it? I love this kit, man. This kit is so nice. I love the yellowy green. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Good morning, Viz. How's it going, dude? What's going to be the words of wisdom this week? Wait, someone said a good one in chat before. Oh, yeah, it was Max's one. You stick to commentating, I'll stick to driving. What? Max was getting hate for that. People were saying if Lando said this or if another driver said this, they'd get criticized. But because it's Max, he gets away with it. But, like, there's context to it. If Lando just randomly said in an interview or another driver randomly said in an interview, you stick to commentating, I'll stick to driving, when asked a normal question, then yeah, it's rude. But the problem is, people are making up rumors about Red Bull. People are making up rumors about Max. So Max had enough and was just like, you stick to commentating, I'll stick to driving. In other words, you keep your nose out of my business, I'll keep my nose out of your business. Obviously, that's Crofty's job, is to kind of poke the bear. But yeah, I don't think what Max did was wrong at all. What's Russell to Red Bull? Yeah, well, that's the thing. Where would Russell go, man? I think you'd be silly not to take Russell, but I don't know if Red Bull would want to take Russell. Why is Laura Windsor in the Haas garage? Why is she in the Haas garage? What? So random. Jeddah's so far away from me. I'm Eastern, so really close to Bahrain, but Jeddah's hands down my favorite track. Right. How long would it take you to get there? And, like, can you drive, or is it you have to kind of go by plane? I'm assuming you can drive between cities in Saudi. I don't know. Like, I don't know much about Saudi Arabia, but, like, the way, like, Saudi Arabia is painted to me from the media is, like, if you're in the cities, it's fine. As soon as you go outside the cities, it's just, like, fucking war and fucking terrorism and shit. And I'm like, bro, I don't even know what's real and not anymore. Does an Antonelli to Ferrari in the future? I mean, it would make sense because he's Italian, but then again, he's grown up as a Mercedes fan. He's been a part of the Mercedes program for ages. I think he's the future of Merc, to be honest. You know, he might pull a Lewis or something like that, or a Vettel, where he'll end his career at Ferrari because that's what you do. But Sky commentators chat so much shit. How can people not be surprised at the pushback? Yeah, exactly. Which kit is that? This is the New York home kit. I don't know if it's their home kit anymore, but it was their home kit in 2023. Yeah, I really love this kit, man. Really love it. They hooked me up. It's like the authentic kit. It kind of needs a little bit of an iron, but oh well. I live there. Oh, big lockup for Ollie into turn one. Almost hitting the wall there. I live there. I can confirm I don't go to wall. Yeah, it's one of those things. I would love to go to the Middle East, whether it's Saudi, Bahrain, Qatar, anything, and just experience it myself. Because, you know, I've heard mixed things, and I think obviously living in a country that is obviously, what's the word? They like to, oh, he did hit the wall. They like to scare you with what happens in the Middle East, and who knows what's real and what's not. Why do Ferrari fans want Oscar and Kimi when they literally have Ollie and Dino in the ranks? Ferrari fans want Oscar? Never heard Oscar to Ferrari, but yeah, a lot of Kimi. But I agree, Ollie's great. Dino as well, let's see where he ends up. Not real at all, it's beautiful. It's not areas of Saudi being at war. It's the government heading journalists in their consulate, right? Yeah. Look, we won't get political. I just wanted to speak out loud of like what I know and what I'm told. It's not what I believe because I've never been there, so I can't I can't make my own opinions. I've never been there, but it's more just speaking out loud about like, this is what I'm told by the media that I watch, and it's like, I don't know if that's true or not. Obviously, I completely understand there is major problems in Saudi Arabia with their government. And I completely understand the concerns of sports washing. But how much certain things are true, I don't know. That goes for fucking any country at the moment. Oscar, the future of McLaren, never leaving. You don't think Oscar will ever leave McLaren? I mean, it does seem... Whoa, another big lockup for someone in the last corner. The one and only thing keeping Max Verstappen from Mercedes wouldn't put up with the bullshit, and for sure wouldn't build the team around him. Would they, though? Because I feel like Toto would. I feel like Toto would. Where's Ocon? He's not on track yet. He's done 3 laps, but he hasn't set time yet. Interesting. Lolly! David, the 13-month resub, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate supporting the stream as always. 13 months. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Wait, why do I feel like you subbed like the other day? Was that a double sub? Oh, big lockup for doing the... But yeah, Lolly, thank you so much for supporting the stream. Appreciate it. If McLaren had to choose Oscar or Lando, who do you think they would choose? Okay, let's imagine Max Verstappen came to McLaren. Oh, that would never happen, though. Okay. F1 decides, sorry, McLaren, you have to get rid of one of your drivers because we need to put LeBron James in the second car. Who do McLaren pick? Who do you think McLaren pick? Do you think they pick Lando, who has been there longer, who has shown he is probably the better driver just right now? Or do you think they pick Oscar, who is a little bit younger, probably has more potential, and is currently showing better form? That would be such a hard decision to make. You know what? Let's run a poll. Let's run a poll for this. /poll. If McLaren only had one driver, who do they pick? Piastri. All right, polls up. The thing is, it's not who should they pick, it's who will they pick? Because I think they should pick Piastri, but I think they would pick Norris. Piastri, I don't. A lot of people touching the wall as they're trying to find the right spot for these cars. What's up, Mick Nugget? George has done great so far. Can't really fault him. Yeah, exactly. When was the last time you remember watching a Grand Prix from George and being like, oh, he undelivered? I feel like never. Well, not never. I'd probably say Canada. Was it Canada last year where he crashed? Did Russell break Lewis's lap record? Well, this track, don't think so because it would be practice. I doubt it. I'm Moroccan living and born in Jeddah. Trust me when I say this. Jeddah is one of, if not the safest cities I've ever lived in my entire life. Yeah. Again, we have a family friend who lived in Jeddah for a bit. And, yeah. There's the last thing I'll say about this before we move on from the Jeddah talk and the Saudi Arabia talk. Is like, yeah, we have like, I think we had like a family friend or something who lived in Saudi Arabia, and like she was like completely fine there, and like I feel like my mum couldn't wrap her head around like it's fine, and it's just like you've literally got someone who lived there telling you it's fine, but you still trust like what the news says and what the media says. Yeah. I think Oscar will leave McLaren in the future. They'll stick with Lando. One thing I wish Jeddah GP would change is that they would race in the afternoon. What, so you don't want a night race? I think nighttime in Saudi Arabia looks amazing. I like it during the day with the beach.
If Haas bring a good car they could destroy with both their drivers being very good here.
Yo, Spark History, thank you so much for the sub, dude. Appreciate it. 2-month resub with Prime. Thank you, man. Thank you. Really appreciate you supporting the stream as always. Yeah, no, I agree. Haas, I mean, yeah, Ocon's been really good here, like you said. Behrman's been good here. Yeah, I think Haas should be good this weekend, but will they be good at a high-speed track like this? Because remember, Australia, They sucked. Remember Australia, they fucking sucked. Yeah, Spark History, thank you for the sub, man. Show us live, not just talk. I can't show you the live, Adam, because it is copyright. Just get the broadcast up yourself, and then you can join us. McLaren don't pick Max. Jeddah's such a sexy track, is what I say. Oh, dude, Jeddah's. I love the track so much. I really wish. Like, my only thing I don't like about Jeddah is the atmosphere. It's a bit of like a dead crowd. There's not, you know, like you can't sell out the grandstand and stuff like that. If you could take this track and plonk it in like a place which is more popular, it'd be so good, man. It'd be so good. Does Marco go with Max? No one wants him. I mean, there was a rumor at one point where if Helmut got sacked from Red Bull, Max was going to leave. So yeah, it would be interesting to see if Helmut goes with him. I mean, surely not, right? What would Helmut bring to it? What would Helmut bring? He's not his fucking manager. He's just Max's biggest supporter. You know what I mean? McLaren had done a lot to put Oscar out of his French misery, and I feel Norris could have a point to prove that he can win outside McLaren. Yeah, true. All right, majority of you guys saying Piastri. They would pick Piastri. Interesting. I still think they'd pick Lando right now. Even though I think they should pick Piastri. Now, if they would pick Norris, they wouldn't be doing this to #1 driver bullshit. Yeah, true. No, it's actually really crazy to me. That you think we can't drive between cities. It's one of the safest countries in the world, and there isn't any wars inside at all. I can drive to Jeddah, I just don't want to drive 13 hours. Wow, 13 hours is crazy. I kind of forget how big Saudi Arabia is. 2022 FP2 lives rent-free in my head. Wait, what's FP2? Oh, is that where the fucking missile shit was happening? The drone attacks? That was wild. How do you watch live races on F1 TV? Wait, how do you watch the live races on F1 TV? I use a VPN to watch it on F1 TV. They're supposed to look really good. Where do you get them from? Wow, Paddy, thanks for asking. These are from Automobilist, guys. If you guys want to get some posters for yourself, like the ones you see behind me, go to automobilist.com and use code Ponden20 for 20% off. By the way, Anth, did you end up buying those posters? Or have you still not bought them yet? Because the reason I ask is because we've just set up the affiliate link again for this year. And I didn't get a notification, or I didn't get a notification that anything came through. So if you did use it, then I'll need to contact them and say, yeah, the code don't work. Oh my days, hashtag ad. It's not hashtag ad, it's hashtag I love these posters, and you can get some behind me. You can get some for yourself and use code Ponden for 20% off, and I get a bit of a kickback. What's up, Romeo? How's it going? When I use VPN, yeah, it's really complicated to do. You kind of need to know your way around things. Not yet, will be soon. Okay, no worries. Yeah, no, obviously no rush. It was just, I remember you saying you bought them. So then I was like, I never got the notification for the affiliate link. So I was like, maybe it doesn't work. Because I know there's obviously the problem with Honey. When people use Honey, it gets rid of the code, which means I don't get the affiliate link. But also, because we just refreshed for another year, there was a new link and whatnot. So I just want to make sure. Can't wait to watch 2024 highlights and Hair Stroll say, no, I'm in the fucking wall, dude. There's been so many good moments in Saudi. Signs happy with the car. It's only FP1. Love to hear that. Oh my god, these cars are so ugly. I hate the front wings. Really? A wound. Yeah, fuck that up. But yeah, guys, stick around after FP1. Today, on Twitch, we'll be watching F2 qualifying, and we'll be watching F1 Academy as well. Can you please start talking about the practice session now? What do you want me to talk about in the practice session? Russell's at the top on a lap that we don't know how much fuel he's running, and Norris is in P2 on a lap that we don't know how much fuel he's running, and Gasly's gone up to P5 ahead of Piastri. Oh my god. You know what? Gasly might outperform Piastri this weekend from that lap. And the Red Bulls ahead of Piastri as well, and Sainz on the hot. What do you want me to do? We're here to chat about what's happening in practice, but we can't talk about every little thing that's happening because the times are irrelevant. Muhammad would be fun though. Imagine a hot weather race at 3 p.m. Would cause lots of drama. Yeah, true. That's probably the reason why they don't do an afternoon race, is because of how fucked the heat would be. Yuki seems on pace for back so far, even 20 minutes in. Yeah, I feel like he's always been really good in practice. And even last week in the race, it's just qualifying. Need to tidy up. Coming to see quality with a new awesome last corner. How much do you think advertising is going for there? Wait, the new last corner? Oh, with that awesome last corner. Sorry. It's all Aramco branded. So I think you said new corner. I was like, what the fuck? What's up, Aja? Is that how you pronounce it, by the way? How's it going, dude? What was Mercedes saying about the new regs? Is it concerning, like, what people are making it out to be? Apparently, Mercedes have found something that, like, is fucked with the engine at certain tracks where it just deploys all the electricity in the middle of the lap, in the middle of the straight, and it makes the car slower than an F2 car. So they're gonna try to figure that out. Son's a happy boy right now. Yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see. Red Bull might have actually found their second driver. Honestly, man, Yuki's doing well. I don't know if he'll ever be able to match Max like Perez did. This is the way I see it. I don't think Yuki will be able to match Max like Perez did. But I think when the car is struggling, he's shown that he will be a better driver than Perez. I think... Well, to be honest, who knows? Maybe after a year's time, we'll go down the same Perez route of pushing too hard and bending the car. But yeah, lovely kit you got on. Thank you. Whenever I wear this on stream, I always get so many compliments about it. Cyril, thank you for the follow, dude. That's why Bar and Saudi should be the first. It's too hot now. Yeah, I mean, the main reason why it's not the first this year is because of Ramadan. They didn't want to do Saturday Grand Prix again. In general, good track for overtaking. Very good. Multiple DRS zones, a lot of straights, different parts of the circuit. Such a good track. Why isn't Colapinto racing F2? He doesn't do F2 anymore. After doing his stint in F1, he thought there's no point in going back to F2 because he's already proven himself in F1. And it can be a little bit of a death wish. If you go back to F2 and you get unlucky or you have a bad season, boom, your reputation's back down the shitter. So you wanted to make sure his reputation stayed as a good F1 driver. It's like Uzza, but the R is a bit shorter. Uzza. We'll get it one day. Won't have the highs and lows more consistent, maybe. Yeah, potentially. Adonius says Perez is shit and one of the worst drivers they've ever seen. Never seen seasons other than 23 and 24. Honestly. And that's what annoys me. The same thing happened for... The thing was, when I got into the sport, I did the exact same thing with Gasly. I was like, who the fuck's this idiot? He fucking sucks. Get him out. And then Albon, I was like, okay, we're going to give him a chance because, like, clearly it's a car problem. And then Perez, I got to see how good of a driver Perez was. So when Perez came into the car and was struggling, it's like, okay, it's not him, it's the car. And then the same thing with Liam. And seeing people just shit on Perez, shit on Liam, it's like, are you guys like dumb? Or have you just literally only been watching F1 for 2 years? And I get it. If you've only been watching F1 for 2 years, you're probably going to think they're poo. But like, you then educate them and be like, yeah, but Liam had an amazing junior career, or Perez was one of the best drivers in 2020. And they're like, don't care. They suck in the Red Bull. And it's like, yeah, he sucks. And yes, they probably should be able to drive the Red Bull better, but they're not bad drivers. Well, they are because they're not doing well. And it's just like, okay. And again, it's the double standards. It's Lewis struggles in a Ferrari or a Merc, and it's like, yeah, but it's the car. But then when it comes to the Red Bull second driver, it's, no, they just fucking suck. Seen F1 since the 90s. Perez is one of the worst drivers ever. Okay, that's bait. Even Max complains about the car for more than a year. Perez was a tire whisperer at McLaren. Yeah, even at Racing Point, he was really good. When is feedback from the constructors expected regarding potential V10 with sustainable fuel regs? I know the meeting between FIA and principals happened in Bahrain. I think it's already happened, Andre. That was the one in Bahrain you're talking about. It looks like they're sticking with the 2026 regs, and then they'll talk about the V10s and sustainable fuel moving into the future, into the next regulations. Do you think Alpine could end up higher than Williams this season? Alpine higher than Williams. It's going to be a great fight between them two and Haas. In my predictions, I think I put Williams best the rest, then Haas, then Alpine. The only reason I put Alpine lower than Haas and Williams is because I don't think they'll have a second driver capable, and so far that's what's happening. Mr. Baum, maybe the volley. Yeah, it does not make sense to rip up the engine regs just as they're about to get underway. Yeah, but there are problems, and it sucks because I feel like Max and Red Bull been very vocal about the engine regs being poo for a while, and everyone's just like, no, it's just because you guys suck, and now here we are, and everyone's having problems with the engine, and it's like, okay. Fuck this fucking drink. It's pissing me off. How am I meant to get my mouth around it? Go. Gonna make a top 5 fittest F1 creators video, and you're gonna be first. Hell yeah! We'll take that. Like, no one ever talks about his good season like 2020 and instead looks at the bad part. Yeah, exactly. I have a question for you. Go ahead, that one gamer kid. Go ahead. Gazzy P5. Yeah, the Alpine's looking good. I think the Alpine will really suit this track. I'm doing good, FH games. I'm doing good. Do you think Verstappen get pole and qualifying? No. No. I think Russell will be the outsider for pole this weekend. I actually predict Russell will get pole. Do you still think Max will win the world championship? I think he's still going to be in the fight, yeah. As long as his mentality is every point counts, which so far I think he's maximized. I think he's maximized the car every race this weekend. Did you line up your beard? W peer pressure. I went a little bit higher with the cut, but it needs to grow. They're doing soft runs already. Yeah, I don't know why they're using a soft. This is going to degrade so quick. Like, Hulkenberg goes up to P3. Like, are you kidding me, bruh? Wait, one second. I'm just going to have a play around with the... Okay. So these live timings now are not delayed at all. Let me try... Okay, let me try and figure this out. Next time someone crosses the line... Okay, one second. I'm just going to have a play around with these live timings just because I've figured out now how I can not have a delay on the live timings. Okay, so Max is finishing his lap. Where does he go? Wait. Okay. Whoa. Okay, the live times are way too far ahead now. What the fuck? Wait, who are you running on mobile? Leclerc. Okay, wait, it's way too far ahead. What the fuck? Okay, give me a minute. Use mod viewer, right? Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out this delay. Okay, so Russell, where's Russell gonna go? Fuck, how do I figure this out? Who's this? Hamilton? Where's he gonna go? Fuck! I'm trying to figure out the delay. It's pissing me off. Oh, now I've refreshed it. Fuck. Wait, let me refresh this. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. It's good to do this during practice. 45,000. Okay, so I'm just going to keep lowering this until it becomes in line. Let me go 30,000. Apply. Oh, look at that from Gasly. So close to the wall. Okay, because I've always, it's funny, I've been using multi-viewer now, or like live timing, sorry. I've been using the live timings on my stream for years now, for fucking years. And I've been using multi-viewer for a few years now, and I've never bothered to get the live timings in sync with my broadcast. And then it's not until like recently I started watching it back after I got a comment saying like, your live timings are out of sync, be a better streamer. And I was like, oh, maybe I should sync them up. But it's like, for me, I'm just like, well, it's so hard to get a broadcast and live timing synced up, but now I know the actual delay. Oh wait, what the fuck? Wait, I forgot. Oh, I'm perfectly in sync now. Okay, let's see where when Yuki crosses the line, it's perfectly in sync. Oh my god, I've got perfectly in sync. Okay, so when Yuki crosses the line on my camera, sorry, on my screen, he should go up. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. So then I know what? Then I know to set the delay to 30,000 milliseconds. Okay, come on, Yuki. Come on, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Okay. Okay, let's see if he moves up. Ready? When I say now, he'll move up. Ready? Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Now. Woo! Alright. Finally, after like fucking 3 years, I've got the delays sorted. I've got the delays sorted. Yeah, because that's how I'm doing qualifying. I'd be like, oh my god, Lando's got pole. And then it would like update 14 seconds. No, it literally is 18-second delayed. But that's also, to be fair, because I never thought I would be able to sync it up because I didn't know that multi-viewer was delayed until recently. And then I was speaking to multi-viewer and I was like, oh, how can I sync it up? And he's like, do this. And then I figured it out in China and then I wasn't able to do it. Sorry, I figured it out in Japan and then I wasn't able to do it in Bahrain. So now we've got it sorted. Okay, so it's 30,000 milliseconds. The thing is though, but now if my broadcast ever buffers, right, then it'll be able to sync. Well, let's just hope my broadcast never buffers. All right. Where was I in chat? Sorry. I had to do that test again. It's practice the only time I really get to like test these things out. You got your milk on mustache, by the way, do I? Where? Quit lying to me, fam. Quit lying to me. I love drinking on the. I love driving on this track in the F1 game. Actually makes F1 24 fun. Yeah, it's such a good track, man. It's literally perfect for the F1 game. Sorry, for F1 cars. Thoughts on Harry Maguire? I didn't see the Man United stuff, but I assume they like cooked, right? From the way everyone's reacting. One small victory for mankind. Honestly, we've pulled it off, pulled it out the bag. The track would be a graveyard without the escape road. Yeah, I mean that's why the escape roads exist, right? Are you drinking milk? I was. It was like a breakfast drink. Now I'm onto the water. I ate breakfast, but then I forgot I ate breakfast like hours ago, so I'm fucking starving. Gonna eat during after quality. Highlights need to be watched. Yeah, what they did like a comeback or some shit, right? Who do you think will get pole and why? I think George Russell's gonna get pole today. Sorry, I mean obviously McLaren are probably gonna get pole, but the outsider pick, I'm going Russell. I generally think Russell will get pole. I think the Mercedes is gonna be quick here, and I think he'll extract the most out of the car. I think the McLaren will just be quicker in race pace. Pole tomorrow. Sorry. I think the McLaren will be quicker in the race because it's just so much better at cooling. And then who do you think will win the race? Yeah, the McLaren. One of the McLarens. Jet always makes F1 look so much faster. He has such a good track. Who do you think will win? Wait, I read that. Wonder what Mercedes is going to do when the track cools down. Yeah, I think they're going to be quick. Mercedes is better in cooler temps. When was the first race you watched? Became a fan in Canada 2017. So my first race I watched a replay of was Australia 2019. First race I watched live was Baku 2019. Yeah, Baku 2019. I think Russell would be either P1 or P2 in qualifying. Yeah, he'll maximize the car as he always does. Hopefully. Bit difficult to differentiate Alonso's Hamilton with Stroll's. Yeah, especially this weekend. Now he's got that special. Now he's got that special one. Wow, Gasly to the top ahead of the McLarens. What the fuck, boy? Obviously, we don't know the fuel loads, but I think Alpine's gonna be good this weekend, man. I'm gonna need to try and figure out this fantasy team. I don't know what to fucking do. We'll do fantasy team tomorrow, though. Good morning, y'all. What's up, AV? Ponden might have been cooking when he said Gasly's gonna beat Piastri earlier. True, true. Here's the clear now, though. We don't really know how Ferrari are gonna be doing. Obviously they would look good in Bahrain last week with the new floor. Let's see how they fare in Saudi. Yeah, it could be a glory run, exactly. The clear should go up to the top here. No, P3. What the fuck happened? Trending to get Gasly in my fantasy team. Yeah. He'll be solid, man. He'll be solid. Hey, man. Already had fantasy in the Gasly in the fantasy, but hashtag believer. I think I have Gasly as well. Or I think I swapped him out to try to do fuck, bro. I don't know, man. It's too hard. It's too hard. What's happening, Antonellia? Oh, the one on the outside. Just skimmed it. Just skimmed it. Do you think Durham will do good this GP? I mean, Alpine looked good last weekend. It's looking good this weekend. Will Doohan look good? That's the question. That's the question. I hope so, man. I hope so. I really want him to keep his seat. But, even just look at practice right now. He's 9/10 down on Gasly. Like, he just needs to get closer to Gasly. I think it's hard because Gasly's always going to show him up. Excuse me. What's up, Riley? How's it going, dude? Not saving your engine's going to bite you in the bum later this season. Yeah. Still in the middle of building my V-Carb Lego. Looks awesome. What is that? The Speed Champions, right? You love to transfer out them when they do well. Yeah, honestly. It keeps happening. It keeps happening. Did they do the painted curbs more towards inside of the track, or was it always like that? Wait. What are you referring to? Turns 1 and 2? You need a Red Bull? No, I was watching this on my second monitor, so I wasn't zoned out. I might actually grab my Red Bull. I'm not gonna lie. Not feeling the energy today right now. Well, I think it's just because I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat, and then we'll be fine. Gonna be sick. Audi into F1. I know they're replacing Kick. Yeah, I think Staking Kick is just a brand, like gambling sponsor, shitty streaming website. Like, I don't know. Audi being the sport's gonna be so much better, man. The Formula 1 STC Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Ocon just went into P19 in the gritty Haas. Hell yeah! Only 6 cents off his teammate. Is it true George says it would be understandable if Merck signed Max? Is that what George said? If George said that, the game's gone. The game is gone. Appreciate it, Riley. What are your predictions? I think this weekend, George Russell, pole, McLaren win. Red Bull with monk fruit extract is the way to go. What the fuck's a monk fruit extract? What the fuck? Can we live pick footage of FP1? I can't show the footage, unfortunately. It is copyright, but these are the actual live timings. I know why George doesn't back himself. If that's true, then yeah, that's surprising from George. I thought George would be like, oh, golly gosh, I should have the Merc seat because I am thy best. They're painted curves all over the track. It looks like the white line is not directly next to the wall. Oh, you're talking about the wall being further away from the curbs? Is that what you mean? Like there. Is that what you mean? Because if so, after 2021, they pushed the wall back so the corners weren't blind to help. So you still have to keep it within the lines, but they just pushed the wall back so you're not coming around the corner blind and then like hitting someone. Bit of a safety. Does Stroll get out of Q1? That Aston doesn't look like it will make it out of Q1. Especially when Stroll's driving it. Excuse me. Georgia would never say that. Who brought that bullshit into life? That's what I'm thinking about. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a Formula Fakers post. Maybe he did say it, but I doubt it. Is Jeddah a permanent track or do they build it every year? It's a street circuit. But like it's weird. It's a street circuit, but like it doesn't really go anywhere as far as I'm aware. Like it doesn't like you can't like you know what I mean? Like Albert Park, it's a park, and this like it's like half permanent. You know what I mean? It's like yeah. You know what I mean? It's like Australia. It's like Albert Park. Like it's like people drive on it, but it's not like a street. It's kind of like a park. You know what I mean? Whereas like Baku, it's the fucking street. Monaco, it's the fucking street. Singapore, fairly sure it's the street, right? Same in Miami now. It's kind of like Jeddah. It's like a street circuit, but it kind of is just a track. Yeah. I'd say it's a street circuit just because of the way it's laid out and like the dust and like blah blah blah. Did you work on this year's car faster? No, so he only was allowed to start working on the car in March, something like that. And yeah, he's fully committed to 2026. There's no point in working on the 2025 car. How many arguments would Yoss and Toto have? Oh, too many, man. Again, I don't think it makes sense for Toto to sign Max. What's the point? Just open bag 4. The front wing is sick. How long have you been working on it for? Are you worried about the F1 cars that have been upgraded in Jeddah? Check them out. Yeah, we're going to have a look after practice 1. We're going to have a look at Discord and have a scroll through the news and stuff because there's a bit of news that came out overnight, specifically the upgrades every team brought. I think, once again, McLaren bring the most upgrades. How do they keep bringing upgrades every week, man? I don't get it. Do you have any other team shirts? I just have VCarb and Red Bull. And then I have... if you're talking football shirts, I have Mexico and USA, I think. Need to get me an England one. Well, they also have good qualifying, but not good race pace. Why don't you think they'll have good race pace? You think they'll overheat? Alright, and McLaren's going to come out here and try beat Gasly's lap. Hey, man. I was done okay in some races, yeah. This is the last round before they reevaluate doing them. I mean, the initial rumor was he had five races. So that's after this race. But now the new rumors come out that the upper Alpine management want doing, or at least given to the summer break, whereas Flavio Briatore wants Colapinto in. So we'll see how it plays out after this Grand Prix. But yeah, we could see Colapinto in. I think this is one of those weekends where if Doohan crashes and like has a bad weekend and Gasly does well, it will be like, okay, let's do a swap. But if he does well, then, you know, it's going to be hard to then drop someone after they have a good weekend. My son's morning. Read that McLaren prefer to bring small upgrades in multiple GPs rather than one major upgrade package. Yeah, they pretty much did that all last year. Just multiple upgrades throughout the entire year. It's crazy. Why V Cubs still in the pits? They've been there for so long. Are they out now? No, it's still not out. Yeah, maybe trying to adjust the setups. Oh, excuse me. Short memories. There's a reason why that his name is Crasher Pinto. Was thrown around last season. Yeah, I mean, he did crash a lot, but obviously there's reasons he crashed a lot, like that. Like that's the hard thing with Colapinto. He definitely crashed too many times, but like sometimes he crashed because like it was raining and like a rookie's naturally gonna crash, or the car, like he just made like a genuine mistake. But then there's a few times I was like, okay, Colapinto, you probably shouldn't have crashed there. Yeah, like Brazil in the wet, like I don't feel like you can really blame him for that a little bit, to be honest. Paul Arad over Franco. I mean, Franco's had his time in an F1 car and he did well. But it's just crazy to think, like, Franco went from F3 to F2 after just a few F2 races, was instantly in an F1 car and he was doing well. And now there's all this hype around him. Like, his fan base is really carrying him. It's crazy. But I think Franco's shown, like, good mentality, good... I think he'd be good on an F1 car. I do think he's overrated, but I think he'd be great. I think he's a bit like Ollie Behrman. I think Ollie Behrman was a bit too overrated coming into F1. I think he's doing great. Don't get me wrong. He's doing great right now. But it's like, you can't, like, just complete... You know what I mean? Like he did good in a Ferrari. He did good in one of the two Haas races. You know, he was hot and cold in F2. But he's a great driver. But let's not act like he's fucking, Oscar Piastri, George Russell, Leclerc status. He could be. But he hasn't shown that yet. We didn't show that in F2 at least. Flavio probably just wants to see if the money's there. Yeah, true. I like McLaren's way of doing more than Red Bull, because waiting for major upgrade packages is frustrating. Yeah, I agree. Alpine cooking or just glory running? It could be. It's definitely a glory run, but I think they look good as well. I mean, they're not going to be getting fucking pole, right? But, well, maybe. But no, they're not going to be getting fucking pole. But signs is such... I won't say that word just in case it comes out wrong. Complaining that he's scared when he's seeing a car that totally didn't hinder him. Yeah, I mean, you're not driving a car at 300 kilometers an hour, though. You know what I mean? Like, if he feels like that's dangerous, then he'd rather let the FIA know and be like, look, cars shouldn't pull over there. All right, V-Carb coming out now on the softs. They're going to probably do some glory runs here. Do you think there'll be more pressure on Franco this time around if Doohan has to perform or he's out? Surely Franco will be under the same scrutiny. I don't think so with Franco. I think Franco, if he would have it till the end of the year, 100%. I don't think there'd be pressure. I think Franco would have the normal pressure of any driver coming into a season of, like, you get the full year. If you do bad, well, then yeah, you do bad, right? But I don't think there's going to be any more pressure than a Bortoletto or a Behrman or Antonelli or something like that. You know what I mean? Less, maybe a little bit more pressure, slightly more pressure than them, just because they got a big development program, but nowhere near the same pressure as a Red Bull driver coming in. No, I know what that means, Naughty Hill, but I'm just not going to say the word because I don't want to come out wrong. Raging Bulls nerfed? No, they just haven't come out and done lap share. They're out now on the softs. Tires too durable these days. I want to see 2 and 3 stop races like Bahrain. Oh, fuck, my headset's about to die. Are you kidding me? Yeah, we might go 2 stop in Bahrain. Who knows? I can't stop yawning for some reason. I'm not tired. I just can't stop fucking yawning. Oh, Max is going off track. Nice. Can Liam make it out of Q1 this week? I mean, last week he should have made it out of Q1, but he had a DRS problem, so I hope so, but it depends what the V-carb is. Very interesting timing sheet right now. Like, the Williams is up there, the Alpine, or at least Gasly's up there. Close to the wall graphics are back. Gasly back out on track. Let's see if we can do another quick lap. Aim on left to FP1. Guys, if you've enjoyed the stream so far, be sure to the follow button down below. If you're over on TikTok or YouTube, come over to the Twitch stream. We're going to be staying live in between sessions. We're going to be watching F2 qualifying, F1 Academy qualifying, looking at all the news and stuff that's come out overnight, and then we'll be live again for FP2 later. Do you think there should be upgrade limits? For example, there should only be 3 main upgrade packets for the entire set? No. You should be able to do whatever you want, as long as you're within the budget cap. As long as you're within the budget cap. And then how do you... It would be too hard to limit as well, because how would you choose between... How would the FIA know what the difference is between an upgrade and what the difference is between a specified part for a certain track? You know what I mean? Like, what's to say Red Bull don't show up to Hungary with a... with a high downforce package. But it's technically an upgrade, but like they just play it off as a high downforce package. You know what I mean? It become too complicated. I like how close the top are, even though it's practice. Yeah, it's been like this the whole year. It's so good, man. I'm really worried about 2026 and how it's gonna be all spread again potentially. Holy. Engineer, I don't get this year. Engineers telling the drivers like, hey, this is what we can see, like you need to do this, and then it's like, no, I'm not doing that, shut the fuck up. All right, lean up to P11. That's looking better for VCAR. Wow, 8/10 between the top 15. Sorry, between the top 14. Excuse me. Yeah, even Yuki's so close to Max. Did you see that Did you see the Kimi quat when he went to NASA? No, I haven't seen that yet. Did you see that guy? What makes F1 car noises? Talented. What F1 car noises from a Red Bull can? I have. He's so good. Egus, name of the volley. I just wanted to be like 21, where almost all the cars were trying something different. Wait, what do you mean something different? Like in terms of developing their car, or I've seen enough investigate Gasly. Disqualified for high Squidward. High skidware. That's what I meant, not Squidward. Apparently, Sebastian Montoya got disqualified from practice. In F3 today. For some reason. Design-wise, yeah. 2021 was an interesting one though, because it was the last year of the regs, so then some teams were just trying something different to try to catch up. We also had the different floor regs as well, which kind of threw a few teams off. But I think... What's Hedger Windy Bell? Oh, Hedger argument was ended up. Slackboy, thank you so much for the sub, dude. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for supporting the stream. Thank you for coming in with the Prime Gaming sub. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thank you. What was I saying? Oh, 2021, you could go so many different directions with the regs because of the floor regs. Like there was so much you could do. These regs, there's nothing really you can do. Sorry, with the floor. No, not the floor. The side pods. You can do a lot more of your side pods. Now it's all under the floor. We just don't see it. You know what I mean? We just don't see it. Wish they'd make a movie about F1 21. Oh, imagine. How the fuck is he first, dude? Don't know. Gazzy's on it right now. I just said he practiced, but that Alpine's looking good. Seeing Gazzy up first truly makes me want to believe Alpine could be way higher than Williams. Yeah, I think it's going to swap from race to race. Just like I think McLaren or just like Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull will swap from race to race. I think Williams, Haas, and Alpine will swap from race to race. We saw variations in 2022 and we'll see again in 2026 with new aero regs and different interpretations. Yeah. Like what team's going to show up and be super quick and what team's going to show up and be so shit. Remember Mercedes' new side pod? So dog. And Kimmy. Oof. Breaking probably a bit too late. Apparently Liam's summoned to the stewards. Really? What for? 26 cars will be slow. Yeah, it looks like they'll be slow out the gates. I think Ferrari on low engine mode has a better engine than Merc, but Merc are faster. Yeah, it's hard to tell. That's the thing with practice. Like, maybe people have used parts in the car. Maybe people aren't running the engine high. Who's on high fuel, who's on low fuel. Who's pushing, who's not. Excuse me. I can't stop yawning! It's, honestly, it's likely we'll see a movie about 2021 season in the future. Like Rush was. Yeah, potentially. I'd love to see like a documentary just following that season, you know, like a Drive to Survive, like a, not a Drive to Survive, but like a Last Dance on the 2021 season would be so good. Oh, I'm complaining as well now. You've narcolepsy? What's that? If only there was a caffeinated beverage that would help your tiredness, I'm about to go grab one. But the thing is, I'm not tired though. I think what it is it's the light. I think it's the light in my eyes. And when I'm chilling, right? Like think about this, right? All morning I'm getting ready, like I'm in the bathroom, I'm doing shit, I'm moving around, I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm getting ready for the stream. And then as soon as I go live, I'm calm. Like I'm sitting here and I'm just talking. So then I think my body thinks it's relaxed and then it starts yawning. That's my guess. I'm not a pro, but I think that's my guess as I spend all morning like moving around and shit. Then I finally chill out and my body's like, okay, relax now. Max not happy. And also Hedge is banging his wheel and stuff. What's he mad about? When you see your body gets arrested. Yeah, exactly. First practice in desert conditions are super relevant. Yeah, that too as well. You know, like McLaren are going to be stronger than what they will be than everyone else later today because they're good at cooling their car, and obviously it's really hot right now. Mercedes prefer cooler temps, so everything's going to change by the time we get to FP2. Did you see the F1 video yesterday for F1 25? I did. I thought it was very, 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 very underwhelming. We'll probably watch that on stream at some point. Who needs a McLaren when you have an amazing handling Alpine? Yeah, exactly. TikTok, fuck off. You are not streaming. Yeah, for anyone who knows what that is, it's TikTok. You need to verify that you're not a bot every hour. I guess new 2026 regs will be good for energy regen from the brakes. I'm so bad when it comes to anything to do with the car part, so yeah, I guess. Russell not feeling okay in the car. I don't agree with Jolyon Palmer there. Him saying that Alpine's going to be a force to be reckoned with once it has a Mercedes engine in the back. But like, it's going to be new regs, so maybe they just go back to being poo again. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do agree. Like, if they can take this level with a Mercedes engine into 2026, they'll be good, especially with Gasly in the car. All right, guys, that is FP1 completed. Thank you all for joining me for the watch long. We'll wait for everyone to finish their laps before we talk about the lap times. But if you enjoyed, be sure to hit the follow button down below. If you're over on TikTok or YouTube, come over to the Twitch stream. We're going to be staying live to watch F2 qualifying, F1 Academy, as well as look at the news and watch some other videos and stuff in between sessions. So come on over. But yeah, otherwise, I'll be live for practice 2 later on today. Yeah, thank you guys all for joining me. Let's wait for everyone to finish their laps. But it looks like Gasly is going to end the session at the top, 129.2. Norris P2. Leclerc P3. I think Ferrari could actually be pretty good this weekend. Now that they understand their floor a little bit more. Because obviously in Bahrain, that was their first time using the new floor. So, yeah. We've got Piastri P4, Albon P5. I think the Williams is going to look good this weekend. Russell probably a bit further down than what they will be in qualifying in the race, just because it will be cooler in those sessions. It's a bit hotter at the moment. Hamilton P8, quite a bit off Leclerc at the moment. Max and Tsunoda neck and neck. P9, P10. They're not looking comfortable in their car, but yeah. Lawson P11, Hulkenberg P12. Pretty good lap from Hulkenberg. Antonelli P13, quite far down on Russell right now. Alonso P14, Hendra P15. Oh, look, I just touched the ball. Doing P16 quite very far down, 9/10 off his teammate. And then Stroll, the Haas not looking good at the moment. Again, it's only practice, but not looking good at the moment. And then Bortoletto quite far off his teammates. So, yeah, we'll see how FP2 plays out. But I've got a decent idea of how I think I'll do my fantasy team this weekend. Now, seriously, what did Gasly do? Yeah, that's a really good lap. Also, we can now pair out the predictions. We can now pair out the predictions for someone else. Oh, someone predicted someone else. Who was it? This is why you need to put more points on the lower guys. All right, we can pair out the predictions. Actually, we'll just 100% make sure. Wait, it was Penguin? What a ledge. What a ledge. We'll wait 100%. I just want to make sure everyone's 100% finished their laps. He cooked though, man. He cooked. Imagine Norris being slower than Alpine. What the fuck happened this season? Imagine Alpine go on. I would love a weekend like that where midfield team, Williams, Haas, or Alpine just come out of the gates and just like win. And we're just like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? Like how? Oh, Piastri got a problem with the seat. Richie! I swear you just subbed the other day, did you not? What the fuck are these double subs? Richie, thank you so much for the sub. I can't remember if you did sub the other day and I thanked you already, but thank you for the 12-month resub, man, with Prime. I appreciate it. Appreciate you sub with Prime as always. 1 year, woo! Yeah, you did. Okay. Well, thank you for the 1 year, man. Hell yeah. Appreciate you supporting the stream, man. Expecting a lot from the F1 movie soon. Yeah, F1 movies, only a couple months till it comes out now. Seat hot. Must be the seat. Alright, we'll just wait for everyone to finish the laps and stuff. Imagine Norris being slower than an Alpine. Oh my god, imagine, bro. Imagine. Alright, guys, over on YouTube, come over to the Twitch stream. We're going to be staying live all the way through to practice 2. We've got F2 qualifying to watch. We've got F1 Academy to watch. We've got other videos to watch, so come on over, join us over on the Twitch stream. 1258 Parker, thank you for the follow, dude. We're just waiting for the session to wrap up now. Do you pay out the prediction? No, I just want to 100% make sure. Okay, we're done now. All right, we're paying out the prediction for Gasly. Holy. Well, not for Gasly, sorry. We're paying out for someone else. All right, prediction paid out. Boom. Oh, what's happening to Max there? Did he go too fast? Or did he just lock up? Oh, he just completely locked up. What the fuck? You got 85k points? God damn. Are you allowed to go that fast after the flag's been flown? I thought you had to keep to like I don't know, I feel like it was flying there. I love the big flagpole in the middle of that area. Jeddah seems like such a beautiful track, man. Like the area in and around the track. Lemons posted a tweet that it's getting bad reviews right now. That was a Formula Fakers post. Honestly, Formula Fakers needs to be obliterated. It's funny, but like the 1% of people or 10% of people who fall for it or just like don't actually check and then like just think that that's the truth. It's just like, bruh. All right, anyways, guys, that's FP1 done. Thank you for watching. I'm going to end the TikTok and the YouTube live stream there. Who invited this guy? To P1. Yeah, we're going to stay live on Twitch. Come join us over on Twitch. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later on today for qualifying. Goodbye. Sorry. I'll see you guys later today for FP2. Goodbye.